Among the 12 disciples chosen by Jesus, Judas and Peter held unique positions. They were not just followers, but were deeply involved in Jesus' ministry and mission. They were part of Jesus' inner circle, privy to private moments and teachings. This closeness allowed them to witness firsthand the profound wisdom and compassion of Jesus. Peter, often impulsive yet full of love, emerged as a spokesperson among the disciples. His passionate nature sometimes led him to act without thinking, but his devotion to Jesus was undeniable. Judas, entrusted with the group's finances, held a position of responsibility and trust. His role was crucial in managing the resources that supported their ministry. Both men walked closely with Jesus, witnessing his miracles and hearing his message of love and redemption. They saw the blind receive sight, the lame walk, and the dead raised to life. Little did they know, their faith would be tested in unimaginable ways, leading them down starkly different paths. The pressures and challenges they faced would reveal their true characters. History remembers Judas for his betrayal and Peter for his leadership in the early church. Judas's act of betrayal is one of the most infamous in history, while Peter's transformation into a pillar of the church is equally legendary. However, their stories offer a valuable lesson about the nature of sin, guilt, and redemption. They remind us that even those closest to Jesus are not immune to failure, and that redemption is always possible. Though their actions differed drastically, both disciples faltered in their faith, highlighting the human frailty even within those closest to Jesus. Their struggles and failures are a testament to the challenges of maintaining faith under pressure. Their journeys, though divergent, serve as powerful reminders of God's infinite capacity for forgiveness and the transformative power of repentance. Peter's repentance and subsequent leadership show the possibility of redemption, while Judas's tragic end serves as a cautionary tale. Driven by greed and shrouded in darkness, Judas Iscariot committed the ultimate act of betrayal. For 30 pieces of silver, he agreed to hand Jesus over to the authorities. This pivotal moment, described in Matthew 26, verses 14 to 16, sealed Jesus' fate and set in motion the events leading to the crucifixion. Judas, once a trusted disciple, became synonymous with treachery. Matthew 27, verses 3 to 5, reveals the depth of Judas's remorse after witnessing the consequences of his actions. He returned the blood money to the chief priests, declaring, "I have sinned in betraying innocent blood." Overwhelmed by guilt and despair, Judas took his own life, a tragic end to a life intertwined with Jesus' ministry. Judas's story serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power of sin and the devastating consequences of choosing darkness over light. Peter, known for his bold declarations of loyalty, faced his own test of faith. In the Garden of Gethsemane, as Jesus prayed in agony, Peter pledged unwavering support, stating, "Even if I must die with you, I will not deny you." Matthew 26, verses 33 to 35. However, fear gripped Peter's heart as Jesus was arrested. 3 times, Peter denied knowing Jesus when confronted by those who had taken him captive. Matthew 26, verses 69 to 75. Peter's denials, uttered out of fear and self-preservation, cut deep, especially after his previous boasts of unwavering loyalty. The cock crowed, a chilling reminder of Jesus' prophecy, and Peter, realizing the weight of his actions, wept bitterly. His denial, though a grave lapse in faith, became a pivotal moment in his journey, leading him toward genuine repentance and ultimately forgiveness. The agony of guilt, 2 different paths. Judas and Peter, both consumed by guilt after their betrayals, chose different paths. Judas, unable to bear the weight of his actions, succumbed to despair, his remorse leading to a tragic end. His story serves as a stark reminder of the devastating power of unconfessed sin. Peter, however, chose a different path. He allowed his guilt to lead him back to Jesus. In John chapter 21, verses 15 to 17, the resurrected Jesus lovingly questioned Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" Each affirmation from Peter chipped away at the shame of his denial, replaced by the healing balm of forgiveness. Jesus knew the divine plan unfolds. The accounts of Judas and Peter's betrayals are even more poignant when we consider Jesus' foreknowledge. He knew the hearts of his disciples and the trials they would face. Luke chapter 22, verses 61 to 62, recounts how Jesus, during the Last Supper, turned to Peter and said, "Simon, Simon, behold, Satan demanded to have you, that he might sift you like wheat, but I have prayed for you that your faith may not fail." This prayer highlights Jesus' deep concern and love for Peter, knowing the challenges he would soon face. "And when you have turned again, strengthen your brothers." Jesus not only predicted Peter's denial, but also his return to faith and his future role as a leader among the disciples. Jesus knew of Peter's impending denial, but also foresaw his repentance and crucial role in the early church. This foresight is a testament to Jesus' divine nature and his understanding of human frailty. Mark chapter 16, verse 7 further highlights Jesus' awareness of Peter's actions. The angel at the tomb specifically mentions Peter, indicating that Jesus had already forgiven him. The angel at the tomb instructs the women to tell the disciples and Peter that Jesus is risen. This specific mention of Peter, even after his denial, underscores the depth of Jesus' compassion and forgiveness. This act of forgiveness is a powerful reminder of the boundless grace that Jesus offers to all, regardless of their past actions. It shows that redemption is always possible. Jesus' awareness of both betrayals, even before they occurred, reveals a God intricately involved in our lives, even in our moments of greatest weakness. His divine plan encompasses our failures and turns them into opportunities for growth and redemption. The weight of guilt, a barrier to God's love. The contrasting responses of Judas and Peter to their guilt offer a powerful lesson for Christians today. Guilt, when left unconfessed and unaddressed, can be a heavy burden, separating us from God's love and forgiveness. Judas, consumed by shame and remorse, chose a path of self-destruction, believing himself beyond redemption. Peter's story, however, offers a beacon of hope. His tears of remorse and willingness to return to Jesus paved the way for reconciliation and restoration. His experience teaches us that no sin is too great for God's forgiveness. We must be willing to confess our shortcomings, seek His mercy, and allow His grace to wash over us. Forgiveness and redemption, finding our way back. The stories of Judas and Peter underscore the transformative power of forgiveness and redemption central to the Christian faith. These narratives are not just historical accounts, but serve as profound lessons for our own spiritual journeys. While Judas's tale serves as a cautionary reminder of the destructive nature of unconfessed sin, it also highlights the importance of seeking forgiveness before it's too late. Peter's journey, on the other hand, offers a message of hope and restoration. Despite his denial of Jesus, Peter's story shows that redemption is always within reach. Like Peter, we will all stumble and fall short of God's glory. Our human nature makes us prone to mistakes and missteps. We may even betray Jesus in our own ways through our actions or inactions. These betrayals can come in many forms, whether through neglect, indifference, or outright defiance. However, the message of the gospel is clear. No sin is too great for God's forgiveness. His grace is boundless and His mercy is everlasting. When we come to Him with contrite hearts, acknowledging our need for grace, we open the door to his transformative power. He welcomes us back with open arms, ready to restore and redeem. This act of divine love is a testament to his unwavering commitment to our salvation. Just as Jesus forgave Peter, he stands ready to forgive us, offering a path to reconciliation and new life. This path is paved with his love and sacrifice. He stands ready to forgive us, offering a path to reconciliation and new life. Embracing this path requires humility and a sincere desire to change. Let us learn from these disciples' experiences and choose the path of repentance, understanding that true transformation begins with a single step towards God, allowing God's love and forgiveness to heal and transform us from the inside out. In this journey, we find not only redemption but also a deeper connection